Last week we finished off with me packing a glaze, and I just wanted to show you the results from it. I made some Wonder White glaze, but actually I should have sieved it more because it came out a bit chunky. Always sieve your clay. I was a bit lazy and I did it nicer. I did it quick. So make sure you always sieve your clay because you kind of get these little, you probably can't see them, but just these little pieces of white, looks like white sand. So that's from obviously the grains in the glaze that I did not sieve out and get rid of them to make it a little bit more smoother. Happened a little bit on this one, a little bit of clusters in the corners, just because this mug, when I dipped it, it did actually touch the bottom of the bucket, and so I picked up just those grains that were sitting at the bottom there. But overall, I actually thought these handles were going to break for some reason because these were the ones that I was practicing my pulling handles. So I'm definitely going to start making a bit more, just practicing, because I actually enjoyed making them, and I feel like I like the shape and how they've come out, and I like pulling it from the bottom up. I just like the technique of that and how they've turned out, so I'm happy with them. These mugs I'm actually going to take inside and use them for myself inside. I don't have many of my mugs that I use, unfortunately, because I never have time to make any, so they're my 2 new mugs that can go in there for me. Also did some vases because I had a workshop. I had 2 workshops on the weekend for Mother's Day. I had my Friday, we made like a travel mug, and then the Saturday was a vase, and I wanted to show this little demo of what you could make. And again, with my glaze on there, because I didn't have enough to really dunk it, I only did half, and it just didn't quite turn out the way that I wanted. It's a bit thinner up the top just because it didn't stick well, and I think I remember shaking it, and so it's pulled the glaze off. All these things you learn and you forget. You forget not to do those things for some reason. Just have your moments. And then this one here, which I was pretty happy with, it did warp a little bit, but I actually don't mind the oval kind of shape that it's done. And the pattern didn't come out as, yeah, it didn't come out as like, you know, what's the word that I'm looking for? My vocabulary isn't that great today. Anyway, it didn't come out as patterny. No, that's not the word. It will come to me later. Anyway, you just have those mornings where it's just not working. The words just are not coming to me. And then the same glaze again, I only did half and half because again, I could only dunk half in. And then when I had my 10th birthday party, I did a couple of weeks ago, I got them in. As I mentioned, I put a little copper carbonate in there to make a little bit green. Probably should have put a little bit more in there because they didn't come out as green as I wanted. Just a touch of green. So hopefully those kids like them. They're little planter bowls. They came out really cute. I'm pretty pleased with them. Nothing fell off, nothing broke. So I'm going to pack them up. The lady, their mum, will come and pick them up in the next couple of days. And I've just kind of cleaned my kiln a bit. I cleaned my studio a bit. It was a bit of a mess. I'm just running out of space, just shelving more than anything. So I found these little things that I had years ago. They're from IKEA. I use them in my old kitchen, and we just kind of cleaned up the mezzanine. When I say we, again, I'm meaning my husband. My husband and daughter cleaned up the mezzanine up the top in my studio, and he found these shelves. So I brought them down here so I can create a little bit more shelving and some room. Now, as I said, on the weekend, this weekend, only a couple of days ago, like I said, the Mother's Day workshop. So they all made a little travel mug. And what I'm doing today, I'm just going to put the little lip hole at the bottom. That's my plan for today. Because I didn't want them to do it just because if it was too big, too small, they made the whole thing. And then I'll just put the little where you're going to drink out of it. I'm just carving into my pyramids. I'm using my favorite tools. These are diamond core tools. They're from America. They are a bit pricey. You're looking at maybe, I think it's $40 for just one. So yeah, between $30 or $40 for one, and I've got a whole bunch. I've just collected them along the years. They have all your different like thickness and carving if you want something sharp or circular, square. Like this one here has a little bit of a more of a point, so that's really more like little details. And then I've got your kind of fatter ones that create fatter kind of curves. This is my favorite one, my green one here. It just you can use it for all different shapes and thicknesses, which is good, and it gets into that clay really nicely. They're all really good tools. I would highly recommend getting one if you do carve into your work. So I'm just doing these pyramids that I made yesterday, just playing around with some different patterns. I'm not too keen on it. I will be glazing it, so it will hide kind of the texture. Kind of reminds me of like you know, your metal grate flooring. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Anyway, I'll keep going, see how we go. I've got 3. So this is my medium, and then I've got 2 small ones that I'll do as well. So just playing around. It just cuts so smoothly into the clay. It's beautiful tools. Again, a bit pricey, especially you've got to pay for shipping as well. But if you want a really good tool, definitely get one of these. I'm just going to trust the process. You know, when you're just not too sure. They might look great after they're glazed and with some macrame hanging off them. And again, a little bit of trial on these. I was going for more of a rough texture like rock. I don't know. Again, they might be really nice once they're glazed. You just got to try these things. Even when you're not too sure. Anyway. It has been an absolutely miserable week. We've had non-stop raining here in the Hunter Valley and in Newcastle for the past like 4 days, and it's not meant to stop till the weekend. So another 2 or 3 days. It is disgusting. My yard is just a mud pit. I've had to wear my boots everywhere, but it is gross. It's just starting to rain again. So, plan for today. I have not been in my studio for the last 3 days because it's just been so muddy and wet and cold. It's just been miserable. You don't want to do anything when it's miserable. And my hands are just constantly cold. So I just didn't want to do anything for the last couple of days. But I'm in here. I'll get some stuff done. I'll finish the week off. I don't have a workshop not till next weekend, so I don't really need to prep anything. But I am going to get a bisque firing going, as I have some platters over here that are probably ready to be fired. And I've just got my travel mugs from last week's workshop just drying at the moment because they're not ready to be fired. I'll let them dry for a little bit longer. But I think that's just going to be the day and wrap it up for the week. Yeah, I'll get this bisque on and that's it. But yeah, I'll see you guys again next week. Hopefully the rain stops and I haven't washed away. See ya.